Let's get to it. Either way, Seattle won the Super Bowl. I told these Patriots fans, man, y'all make me sick to my stomach. Now you see why Bill Belichick did not make the Hall of Fame? It's because of their GM. I don't bash the coach. It's because of their goddamn GM, General Manager Robert Kraft. And it's this Drake May is a superstar, no lie about it. But here's the thing I wanted to tell Joel and Patrick on this. That Sam Darnold won the Super Bowl. And the funny thing about Sam Darnold winning the Super Bowl, obviously, he was from the same draft class as Lamar and Josh Allen. And the funny thing about this, about him winning his first 5 playoff games, and his only loss came with Minnesota. He's 5-1. And I told Mr. Francis too, don't be surprised. A lot of quarterbacks in the Patriots trying to out succeed Lamar and Josh Allen so far. I know Sanders entering year 2 as a Seattle starter, as of now he's in the middle of a contract. If he has too much, just like the one he's did before Seattle tries to extend it. We shall see. Otherwise, he got that rookie quarterback about Crimson Tide of the future just to start all over. If they don't keep Sanders on because of either cap issues or issues with the cap or et cetera, et cetera. But either way. But anybody that is a casual football fan counting jail, Patrick, tell me why Sam Darnold is 5-0 in the playoffs. You can't make that up. Kind of winning the Super Bowl last night included. And then the funny thing about that too, Drake May, I know he's entering year 3 obviously, but he's 4-1 in the playoffs. And this is just his first year of the playoffs. He went 4. Well, his only loss came in against the Super Bowl, so you do count that as a loss. But he's 4-1 in the playoffs. Tell me why Lamar and Josh Allen. Well, Josh Allen's out to see them because Josh Allen got almost 9 playoff wins, almost double-digit playoff wins. So Josh Allen 9-6, same draft class as Lamar. Drake May from the previous draft class. I think it was the 2020 draft class, 2023, 2024 draft class. I think 4-1 in the playoffs, but the only loss came against in the Super Bowl, and then Sam Darnold 5-0 in the playoffs. You can't make that up too, Jalen, but you can't make that up. Well, I'm about to get to that LeBron part in the next few minutes, but either way, Sam Darnold's 5-0 in the playoffs, but you can't make that up. And then Josh Allen 9-6 in the playoffs. Well, actually 10-6 and 7 in the playoffs. Almost 10-7 in the playoffs. Lamar's 3-5, but that's not good. Because Sam Darnold, Drake May, I know he's entering year 3, but damn man. And then Sam Darnold's outdoing him in terms of the playoff win-loss percentage, and joined a long list of players to win their first 4 playoff games without losing until they finally lost one. Draymond lost that only one that was in the Super Bowl. That was last night. I saw the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl was fantastic. Either way. And Sam Darnold's 5-0 in the playoffs, bud. Well, 5-1 if you count that loss with Minnesota in the playoffs. 5-1 in the playoffs. You can't make that up. And that's the same draft class as Lamar and Josh Allen, who also has 10 playoff wins. So those are the 2 people that outdone Lamar here. And this will all of them out. This is with Josh Allen playing lights out football until I know a lot of people are going to say Josh Allen is not clutch, and I say yeah, he is. It may not have done it in the postseason as of yet, but as in the regular season, he has been clutch, especially in big time games. Because Mr. Francis is going to say, "Wow, why am I not seeing the postseason?" Because the defense hasn't gotten it done. The offense hasn't been the issue. The offense has been in between in the playoffs, but the defense has been the problem. Yeah, we had a very good offseason. We got our coach, defensive coordinator, got everything else, but I think we missed a few slots we still had to fill up in the coaching staff. But we had a great offseason, so we still got to address the offensive line, did a draft, and receivers did a draft class in free agency. But either way, the Rays going to have a great offseason. Every time they have a great offseason, it still doesn't pan out. But either way, so far this offseason for the Rays has been great so far. I'm going to get to the LeBron part in a few minutes. But either way, Sam Darnold and Josh Allen, all the players from 2018 draft class, and Drake May, I know he was from the 2023-2024 draft, have winning records in the playoffs. I know Drake May, that's just a small sample size. He's only 4-1. That is a lot of wins in the playoffs. But either way, and then Sam Darnold 5-0 in the playoffs, or 5-1 if you count that playoff loss against the Rams last year with Minnesota. But either way, like I said, man, you can't make this up. Sam Darnold and Josh Allen, and I know Drake May's entering year 3. Obviously, you know, they got to revamp their whole offensive line, and they got to get some more pass edge rushers, and they got to get some more speed nuts because Stephon is the only number one receiver that they got currently for now. But Seattle really dominated Drake, man. They made Drake look like he was a rookie. Look like he was one of the worst, had one of the worst records in the NFL from the first season before made him look like a rookie. Yeah, I know he's entering year 3 now because he's already 24 years old as of now. But this Super Bowl window was open. But now, but they're in the middle of a rookie contract, they better get it done somehow. Otherwise, he had to pay Drake May all that money. This could be the last time win the Super Bowl point blank period. And they might be dominant for a decade, depending on how the playoff runs they make. That all depends on what Drake May, if he plays lights out football, that all depends how he does it. But he is a superstar either way. Now, but anybody that is a Miami Dolphins fan, I think Quinn Ewers will be this franchise quarterback of the future. If anybody is a Dolphins fan, pretty much. Tyreek Hill will be back from injury this upcoming season. I think he probably will stay in Miami. They're not going to cut him. I highly doubt, because a lot of people said Tyreek Hill was going to go back to the Chiefs. I highly doubt. But Patrick Mahomes is not there for most of this season anyway, because he tore his ACL and MCL in the game against the Chargers when they got swept by the Chargers in the regular season. So he won't be there for this. Won't be there for this season, from what I know. He tore the MCL thing. He tore it like it was paper. So hey, well, we'll just super chat this. Okay, with the super chat. Super chat. What's up? What's up? But either way, like I said, I think Quinn will have Tyreek Hill to throw the football to. So anyway, that is a Miami Dolphins fan. Y'all should be excited about Tyreek Hill returning. Pretty much, it's going to help out Quinn Ewers a lot, develop as a superstar. Pretty much, either way. Hey, Ron Olsen, 34 with the super chat. One of my Twitter players. What's up? What's up? Hey, Ron Olsen, 34 with the super chat. What's up? What's up? But anyways, like I said, Sam Darnold and Drake May, I know it's small because he's 4-1 in the playoffs, but like I said, and Sam Darnold was 5-1 in the playoffs, counting that loss with Minnesota, obviously, from last year. Either way, they're the only ones that outsucceeded Lamar, Bob. And the funny thing about Seattle, they did this without no turnovers in the postseason, no actual mistakes, no interceptions from Sam Darnold, no fumbles or anything else. Drake May has a lot to work on. I know he's entering year 3. I know Patriot fans are going to hate me because I know once I run to those Patriots fans, eventually by the time we move on, so I'm not going to run to all the fans. I want to laugh at them niggas. But Drake May is a superstar, no question about it. No question about it. Made his first Pro Bowl, actually back-to-back Pro Bowls last year. You know, he was on a losing team in that first one, but he's 17-17, and as a starter so far, counting the postseason included, and 4-1 in the postseason. Like I said, you can't make that up. In the NFL, 5-1 as a starter, 35-8, so best record in the NFL the past 2 seasons. Either way, Seattle's going to be probably a dynasty eventually. And if they don't keep Sam Darnold, you know, Sam Darnold still their starter until 2027. Depending if they give him a contract extension, most likely I think they will. We shall see. Because they don't want to hold up their rookie quarterback any longer. Pretty much, we shall see. Now they let him go. That would be unfortunate because his cap hit is high going into this season, the season after, and the season before, and the final year is 4-year deal. But either way, so he's probably going to be I think Sam Darnold's probably going to be a comeback player of the year in the league. It's between him and Stephon Diggs, but I think comeback player, that's going to go to Sam Darnold for sure. And I'm almost sure, based off what it's going to be Sam Darnold for comeback player of the year. And it might be the dude from Seattle. They were one of the best defensive football. That's his name. Former Dallas Cowboy DeMarcus Lawrence. They're also in the conference for comeback player of the year because at the battling due injuries and then becoming a starter and battling due injuries and everything else, it became the Seattle pass rusher, and then he made second team All Pro this season. But either way, it's 3 players fighting for that. But I think it's going to go to Sam Darnold. As far as coach of the year, that's probably going to go to Mike McDonald, second youngest head coach to win coach of the year since Sean McVay, his rival in the NFC West. But either way, I don't think Mike Graves going to have to wait to win coach. He ain't going to win that this year. He's going to have to wait out. He would have to win the Super Bowl this outcome season for him to win coach of the year this year. He ain't going to win it this year. He'll finish a close second. I think it's going to go to Mike McDonald. But either way, like I said, those 3 quarterbacks I just mentioned, they have all these playoff wins. You know, Drake made a small sample, so I know he's entering year 3. But either way, I know if anybody is Commanders fan, pretty much, probably expect James Johnson to be back to James Johnson when he was his rookie of the year in the league, pretty much. NFL offensive rookie of the year in the league unanimously. But Jaden Daniels be back with a vengeance. Either way. Um, Either way, now the Braves are having a great offseason so far as far as getting the whole coaching staff filled up. Pretty much, we still have a few spots to fill up. Just a few more positions, and everything will be filled up. We hired a lot of new people, but one of the people we hired was from the University of Navy, and we already know his name. I forgot, but either way. But Sam Donald's outdone Lamar Jackson in terms of the playoff win-loss record, 5-1, and then Josh Allen 10-6, 7 in the playoffs, and then despite that loss against Denver, with honesty, he played lights out football, just never had the last say. Bo Nix had the last say, but either way, and then Drake May 4-1. I know it's just a small sample. He won 4 playoff games, but that was against some of the best defenses in football. The reason why he didn't put up a lot of points against some of those teams, only games he did put up points. He barely put up points, and all those 4 of those wins, that's when they did not have their best outing in terms of offense. Either for New England, that's probably why New England was going to get exposed, and Seattle just exposed them in that game yesterday. But Seattle just stomped, and I picked Seattle to beat New England. Nobody that is a New England fan. Sorry. And y'all coach didn't make the whole thing because of all that goddamn cheating that he did. That's the reason he didn't make it. I know he has all the records and everything else, but the cheating is the reason why he did not make the whole thing. That's the reason why. I know a lot of Patriots fans are going to say, well, why he didn't make the whole thing? He has all the records, though. I said, don't matter if he did all that cheating. He did the Deflategate, let's not forget that. Spygate, he did that twice. Develop Health has now launched free. Did Spygate twice, did the Deflategate once. Actually, technically twice, to be honest. He's going back to his younger days, but either way, like I said, that's the reason why he didn't make the whole thing unanimously. And if he was, he would have to get through by the commissioners committee. That's the commissioners committee. That's the only way he gets in. He has to wait until the year after to make all. And if he gets wiped out the whole thing after his, I think it's after the 10th year on the ballot. If you don't make the whole thing in that time frame, then you get left off the ballot. And most likely Bill Belichick will be left off the ballot. But either way, like I said, it's been a wild NFL season in terms of the defenses, but defense wins championships, So Seattle was well deserved of the Super Bowl ring, first time in 13 years. It felt like 2012, 2013 all over again. Either way. So, like I said, Seattle was well deserving of that Super Bowl, but well deserving. Either way. Either way. Now we get to the LeBron fan. Now this is where LeBron fanboys are going to hate me to this day. And Gerald Patrick going to hate me to this day. Mr. Friends going to say LeBron King of longevity. And I said LeBron King of nothing, Gerald. Don't want to hear that. Because LeBron is very chasing, not just 6, he's very chasing 9 and 11. Because Steve Kerr holds the most NBA titles as a point guard in NBA history, tied with Steve Havlicek. If I'm not say with 9 apiece, or Bill Russell has more with 11. So you got a Michael Jordan problem, but you also got a Bill Russell and Steve Kerr problem. Because he won 9 as a point guard, and he's won 4 as the greatest coach of all time, so that's 13 total titles. That's really where LeBron is chasing. He'll never get those records anytime soon. I'm telling you that right now. The records fall short. I know Mr. Brown said LeBron King of longevity. Jay would say, I said, LeBron King of nothing. LeBron King of nothing, Jay and Patrick. Kiss my ass on that. Because that's really what he's chasing. Not chasing Jordan, he's chasing Bill Russell and Steve Kerr. That's the problem he's having right now. That's been the problem. He's not loyal to his franchises. He really ruined certain franchises. We're giving away most of their draft capital. Especially with the Lakers there. And then we got one draft capital pick left. And that's if they don't trade that away. You better hope LeBron don't trade that away. Force that trade, because if that happens, I'm going to laugh at LeBron fanboys, especially and Patrick. LeBron got nothing on me. I outlasted him in golf here. He'll still recovering from mental and everything else. But either way, kind of injury, if you know about height and weight classes. But either way, got most of my weight back. But either way, I outlasted LeBron in golf, like I said. Michael Jordan's a golf like me and John. LeBron's chasing 6 and 11 and 9 and 13. If you know about Steve Kerr falls way short. Mr. Francis in dead. I'm gonna go though, but you forget I represent air on my grandmother's because Uranus and Saturn, and then of Earth the Earth so that which is one I am, which is Taurus, Isaac, Venus, and Mercury. So shut it, Jill. Didn't I ask for that? LeBron King of longevity is a LeBron King of nothing, J. and Patrick. Because basically what it is. It's what it is. Hey, someone mentioning G3 super chat. So where you living in South Carolina also. Where you in G3 the super chat. But either way, like I said, LeBron king or nothing. He's ruined franchises and now chasing six. It's gonna fall way short because we all know he did not get that contract from the Lakers. Yet the Lakers made a couple of trades, but they were also a veteran minimum trades because they can't sign nobody because they paid Luka all that money. They're wasting Luka's prime. And I got a feeling he's going to want out too because the Lakers are going to be in a rebuild either way. Because the Kings, we all know the Kings are tanking. One of my favorite teams, the Pelicans, are tanking. They can't really tank it. They gave the first round draft capital pick to Atlanta, so they're not tanking it. But they got the new coach of the future essay, so that's good. Because we're going to start getting interracial coaches, not just in the men's in the NBA, but start getting interracial coaches in the women's too. Because we got a couple Asian coaches in the WNBA. But either way, because the Pelicans are probably going to stay right. But I think as long as we keep everybody healthy, and Zion's been healthy all season, so he's probably going to be a comeback player of the year in the NBA. It's between him and Victor Wembanyama and another player named I forgot his name for us comeback player. I forgot his name in the East. But either way, those are three comebacks. But I think Zion's going to win this one, and Kawhi Leonard might win this too. So four-man race so far for us NBA comeback player of the year. But I think it's going to go to Zion based on what he's done. He finally got the coach he wanted. Just that the coach essay once he gets that intern removed from the Pelicans as a Pelicans intern coach to be the real head coach. Pretty much, he has to build around Zion. So Zion's been healthy all season. That hasn't been the issue. Injury that played Pelicans is that when he played all these games against better teams in the NBA, we lost more than half of these games. But either way, so Pelicans will be relevant going into this season. So this is a down year. You know, we traded for Jordan Poole, and Jordan was entering the final year of his contract. I don't know how we're going to trade him, not unless we get a king up in the trade deadline is looming. Either way, and then the All-Star game is approaching, so we'll see if we trade Jordan Poole. Now, if they don't trade him, I'm not surprised. Because DeAndre was out for most of this season because he's still recovering from that torn Achilles. And he tore that last season, so we'll probably get him back since that's 2 years of his prime gone already. But he probably a comeback player of the year this year, but the Pelicans more than likely when this year's upcoming NBA season starts. I don't think they're gonna trade DeAndre Murray because he's too worthy to as far as that player pretty much. And he missed most of this season and most of last season, so they're not gonna trade him. I highly doubt it. Could honest injuries to that leg, so I think the Pelicans will be relevant this upcoming NBA. This season they have been relevant. Everybody else in the West has been relevant. The Thunder, despite dealing with 8 players, and then one of the players out for the year. I forgot his name, obviously. Thunder's dealing with honest injuries, but they still got the best record in the league. And them in Detroit got the best records in the league. Home and win-loss percentage-wise, as far as win-loss percentage, are the best home record and road records in the league. Mr. Ramsey, why we're not number one in the West? You already know why to that. Because they've been up and down. They were up and down most of the last month. They've been up and down this month so far. That's a trade down. They only made a couple of trades, but they can't sign nobody because they're over the second apron. Now they came, unless LeBron takes a pay cut, they can't even sign Austin Reeves. They're going to let Austin Reeves go for nothing, pretty much. No, they're going to keep Austin. I said, no, they're not. Because if LeBron continues to make $50 or $60 million a year, they're not going to be able to keep Austin Reeves. And then the funny thing about that, they might not even keep Luka either because, he's still out the contract until 2031, Mr. Francis, as well. Luka's not going to be part of a rebuild. Luka's not going to want to be a part of a rebuild. He's going to win a title. He shortly went to the East. Everybody shortly went to the East. But I think he's going to want out either way because Lakers are going to be the worst team. They don't have no draft capital. Gene Buss is going a different direction now. Bron's not the face of that franchise no more. Luka is for now, but we don't know how long Luka's going to be the face of that franchise. Either way. Well, no, Mr. Francis, LeBron, King of Long Travis, if you get who you're talking to over there in Earth here, as far as you, Aquarius baby here of ruled by Uranus and Saturn and Taurus ruled by Venus and Mercury, you forget who you're talking to here, JL, as well. That's the door. I just had to close the door because the door open. But either way, LeBron King or nothing. And I'll tell you why the longevity stats don't matter because those are inflated because we already know he's on PEDs. We already know this. Because if you paid attention to 2013, 2014, when he took those PEDs out of his body, I never forget the video when I saw it too. Yeah, he's on PEDs, bro. He's on PEDs, bro. We already know this. I know Joe said, you know that. I said, trust me, if you saw the video from 2013, 2014, which I did, he's on PEDs, bro. And he won't admit it. Because he's going to try to lie and cover up and use narratives to say he's not on PEDs, which we already know he is on PEDs. And not only that, Draymond, flagrant and technical, and flagrant foul green. The nickname I just gave him, this and flagrant technical and flagrant foul green keeps defending him. Nick Moron Wright keeps defending Shannon. The scandal, it's a very controversial scandal shot. You know him committing all those scandals shot. Keeps defending this guy. They keep putting out those narratives. And then Keyshawn Johnson, I saw his bit. I saw that bit yesterday last night when Keyshawn was talking about LeBron saying he's gonna be done. And Keyshawn Johnson, I know about him too. He's not as a moron as Nick Wright and Shannon controversial shot and Draymond flagrant technical foul, flagrant foul grand for nostalgia pretty much. You're not like them three idiots. You know, Draymond is one of the greatest defenders of all day. It's not the same because age-wise. He committed all them goddamn technical flagrant fouls. He did not help his cause. But either way, you know, much friends that LeBron King and Long John is LeBron King and then outlast him in golf, bub. Because what I've done is LeBron something that LeBron cannot do. We thought the decision 2.0 was going to be the year he finally gives up, pretty much. As you saw my short for that video months ago, last year. Or most of 2024 and last year, pun intended. But apparently, LeBron doesn't win. He's too stubborn. I almost read that LeBron King and Long John. I said, LeBron King and nothing, Jalen Patrick. Like I said before, we already know he's on PEDs, but we already know this. The Feds said 12 from 2013, 24. He's on PEDs, but we already know this. He won't admit it. If you saw my video for that last year, it's covering that video on Dreamers Profile, which his name is Charles Stefanski. That's his name. I was one of the rival sources on News like this too. That I follow on also on Spotify as well on Raise Power too. We don't know LeBron's on PEDs. We already know. I know Mr. Brown's going to say LeBron King and Long John. LeBron King and nothing. Chasing 6, 9, and 11. And 13 with all Steve Kerr's falls way short. Way short. I know Mr. Brown's going to say Draymond. Going to say how Michael Jordan is to go. Because at least he stood loyal to his franchise of Ed, ruled by Uranus and Saturn, which is my planets of heaven and hell at its finest. And then at least I stood loyal. If I was playing NBA 2K on both consoles with him without the disc drive, I stood loyal to my first, especially for the teams I was obviously chasing the ring with here, ruled by Venus and Mercury, which are my ruling planets of heaven and hell, of Earth, of Taurus, and then of Uranus of air, ruled by Uranus and Saturn. So the hell with that too, Jay. I did not ask for that opinion there on that. We know more than you, more data analytical. You want to count to Michael Jordan and Bill Russell's there. Because you're talking about the Michael Jordan and Bill Russells of North, there's so many of Michael Phelps. Like I said in that praise bill from last year, to Michael Phelps. That was on my old phone when I said to Michael Phelps, Mike Tyson, so both Williams sisters, both Murray. People if you know about the UK and Ireland, pretty much. You know, I think he's mixed with Irish, but either way. What's the name of that dude? Djokovic. You know about that dude from tennis. Also won double-digit and single-digit titles. You know, 6 and 11, pun intended. Roger Federer, one of the other greatest tennis players of all time. There's so many great nobles that have outdone him. Even special needs Messi, you know, that guy is one of the most wealthiest football athletes. You know about soccer, but in Spanish terms, I say as well. But either way, there's a lot of people that have outdone him. LeBron hates on them ghosts. If you really want me to go there, too, Jalen Patrick, he bashed one of my acting personalities, and he bashed one of my favorite musicians' personalities. He bashed Will Smith and Ice Cube. That did not pan up Will Smith and Ice Cube gave Will Smith a nostalgia. Then Ice Cube gave him the smoke. And it was well deserved because that decision 2.0, that was out of all decision 2.0, which kind he made the decision 2, his 1.0 was better. His 2.0 was terrible. Either way, because like I said, Bron King of nothing, King of cheating. I tell you that right now. Oh, Mr. Francis, King of long journey. I said, Mr. Francis and Patrick, I need to get over it. He sure should retire in 2020, to be honest, because he chasing 6, 9, and 11, and 13 of us. Steve, I got a Michael Jordan, Bill Russell, and Steve Kerr. I'll never forget LeBron trying to bash those goats at the award ceremony last year. I said, "Oh, man, LeBron's a hypocrite. Y'all LeBron fans make me sick to my stomach. It's not even funny." Either way. Could tell me why Josh Allen has all these playoff wins. I know he doesn't have a Super Bowl yet. Tell me why he has all these playoff wins. San Antonio has 5 playoff, only 1 loss. And tell me why, straight mid, despite entering year 3, he has 4 playoff wins and 1 loss. Tell me why that is, Joe and Patrick. I got no words from you on that, too. Y'all can even answer that question if I tried. Could they outdone them here? And they were in the same draft class. And Drake Mills in the 2023-2022 two 2023 draft class. I think he made 2 Pro Bowls already and back-to-back All Pros. I think he made second team All Pro this season. Might have been first team All Pro. I think it was first team. It was too loaded for the unanimous first team. But anyway, Steph was unanimous first team. More like he's probably going to be MVP. Matthew Stafford's going to be the MVP, probably unanimously. Either way, he's already gone to the Hall of Fame. So his last Super Bowl was 2021. Is he going to get another one? We shall see. The NFC West is wide open. Either way. Because now that Arizona got their coach, and anybody that is a Green Bay Packers fan, I don't know what to tell y'all right now because y'all don't have no coach. Y'all lost Matt Lafleur to Arizona after you fired him. You let him go to Arizona. Now he controls all the cards because now they have a chance to draft their quarterback of the future. Now Jordan Love and Michael Parsons are left with no coach. They got the offensive coordinator, got the defensive coordinator, but their coach is a rookie and a no-name. For anybody that is a Green Bay Packers fan, either way, I don't know what to say to Penguin and CCBC right now. Your team is in trouble from a health and coach standpoint. Now they're also second most wins in franchise with Matt Lafleur of all time in NFL history. They brought second most wins and the best winner all percentage franchise is right behind the dude that died most recently from the Green Bay Packers. I forgot his name. Died years ago, literally years and decades ago. But either way, he had the second highest win percentage franchise in the second highest in NFL history, minimum one against coach, and now you lost him to Arizona. So I don't know what to say about the Green Bay Packers fans. That cheese is not looking green. All that grass is not looking golden right now in Green Bay right now. Because now they don't get the coach, and the coach is a no-name if it is. So I don't know what to say to the Penguin and CCBC right now. Y'all don't got no coach. And y'all lost your offensive coordinator, Mr. Manning, to the Eagles. So now you don't have no offensive coordinator. I just got him, but that took a week and a half to get him, obviously. Now you got no coach. All to say, depending on the city, our team is in trouble in the NFC North right now. But either way, the Chicago's head to stay. Detroit Super Bowl is still open, and Minnesota Super Bowl might just reopen because now that Michael first not there, I think J.J. McCarthy, the quarterback of the future, entering year 2 as a starter, I think he will break out this season. Just that he was honestly hurt again. So that same way he tore the ACL on, obviously, then with honest injury. So some rest right there, but I think J.J. McCarthy will stay a starter for Minnesota. Unless Minnesota drafts a quarterback, obviously, to fill the void J.J. McCarthy, if they trade him. I think J.J. McCarthy will be their starter going forward. I think the NFC North is wide open now. I think it's the Bears division to own because they won it last year, but I think other teams will have some say about it. I don't know about Green Bay right now because they don't got no coach. It's Penguin at CCBC. Penguin at CCBC. I already know who you are. I know 5'2" guys. But either way, Green Bay has no coach. But either way, but like I said, Lamar's getting outdone by Sam Darnold and Josh Allen follows the playoff win-loss percentage, and also getting done by Trey Lance, second year, well, actually third-year quarterback now. All these playoff wins, like, you just don't teach that. 5-1 in the playoffs for Sam Darnold, you just like, come on now. And then Drake made 4-1 in the. I know it's entering year 3, but damn, 4-1 in the playoffs, you can't make that up, Joe. You can't make that with a stick. He's outdone Lamar here. And the funny thing, Drake made was in the previous draft cuts in 2020. And then the other two quarterbacks I just mentioned, Sam Darnold and Josh Allen, obviously. That's my homegirl's Pride Month's favorite team. Anyway, got all these playoff wins, but Lamar doesn't have that many playoff wins. He only has 3, Bob. Well, actually 4. Everybody else has doubled it, and they combined 20-7 to put those 3 quarterbacks I just mentioned in the first ball, 20-8 in the playoffs. Counting the Super Bowl for Sam Darnold, pun intended, and if everyone got there, the only 2 losses from them was, well, only loss to Sam Darnold was last year in Minnesota against the Rams. The Rams shell shot them, but either way, the season before, but either way. No one's really said 2025 was 2025. I said, Mono, J.O. and Patrick, I don't realize what times we're in right now in football right now. Football has changed. I know you go to the NFL's rigged and say NFL's rigged is my ass, J.O. and Patrick. And anybody has a catch for I told my cousin the NFL is not rigged. If I was the helmet, guys, you can't do that because of mental health issues. Can't do the helmet no more. Back in that era was epic. Then, and as of this era, it's no down, so you had to deal with that too. But either way, I told my cousin the NFL is not rigged. Now, as far as the refs, yes, the refs, but we do got girl referees in the NFL now, so we're starting to phase out some of the men ones, at least, not all of the men ones. Some of the men ones are probably going to retire at least, or phase out, so we're going to have all girl referees. About damn time. Either way, you know, going to friends say the NFL's rigged. I said, I'll bet Ron is still to go, but you already know why he won all 3 of them Super Bowls. He had one of the best coaches of all time, Andy Reid. That's why. Either way. You know, Mr. Friends, LeBron King along there to LeBron King and then I outdone him in golf here. So shut it, Dale. Shut it, Jimmy. One that thinks like Jupiter. And shut it too, whether Patrick Zodiac is, whether his Zodiac, I don't know which one it is, but whether one he represented well here. Well, if you call me controversial.
Selling your home.
The jail's comfortable because he committed a crime just like I did. Either way, LeBron king or nothing. Because we all know LeBron is not the GOAT here in North American sports. Talking about overall, no, interracial, he's not the GOAT. Much you want to say he is, he's not. Where's 6 at? Where's 9 at? Where's 11? Where's 13 at? Nowhere to be found at all. At all. See, I know LeBron said he would have played football and golf in this era. Said if he was playing me a Tiger Woods in every quarter, and they said Tiger Woods in every quarter, and John's was going to cook LeBron in this era in golf. We outlasted these niggas, especially LeBron, dumb self. But what Will Smith said on one of the memes I was watching earlier on the meme channel on YouTube. Good job, LeBron. Good job, LeBron. But you put some Good job, LeBron. Good job, but falls a little bit short here. But either way, like I said, LeBron king or nothing. Jalen Patrick. I don't want to hear from y'all niggas right now. Cause I know by the time we move, eventually. Obviously, I want to get back in the program. I'm actually working to get my money this time as a sale for my PS5 distance edition. But either way, saving up for that starting at the end of this month, I got to put 20 to the side. But either way, and when I get back to the door, I'm not going to run to a lot of LeBron fanboys and a lot of Patriots fans when I get back to the broke rehab in Texas. You know, I'm working again. You know, the fans going to hate me to this day. Oh man, it never gets over these guys. But either way, just wanted to make that video today. Obviously, it was the first time I made a sports video since. Will be most of the last one, but I did make those videos by the last month. But either way, made a lot of content. It's the best of 2026 so far. But either way, so LeBron chasing 6, 9, and 11 and 13 falls way short. And 11 for Tom Phil Jackson falls way short. I know what's going to say Trey Michael Jordan said he's wrote by Uranus and Sandwich. The planet I wrote out on my girl. So shut it, Jay. Did not ask for that now. Trey Michael, he was saying, you're 31. This June, bub, and you think like Jupiter. Sorry. And you wrote by Pluto on Mars, too. You think like Jupiter, because June one, you're the most benevolent out of all the people I know that represents my generation, you know, I represent the sound generation. You're the most benevolent out of all the zodiacs. Because you're the most, because at least the July ones are not manipulative. They're more loyal than the June ones. June ones, you have to put them in check every time, especially when they're wrong, because they think like Jupiter. Ignore the November ones. But either way, it's nice that I'm not dating November Jupiter ones, because they get stuck on their feelings, especially when I'm rating all industry. I know more than you. But I know, because I say you don't know. And I say, yeah, the hell I do in the sports. Yeah, the hell I do. Especially when John knows about wrestling here, pun intended. John knows about all the wrestling, and then so do I too. You want to say wrestling? Don't tell me a joke. You tell me a joke, I swear to God, I'll smack you silly. In my head though, because wrestling's not fake. I hear a lot of people say it too. And I don't want to hear that shit either. The injuries are real either way. And then you doing all the field stuff counting at the end of the day, that's real too, bub. Either way. Y'all LeBron fan, please make me sentiment. Y'all got nothing on me right now. We already know LeBron's on PEDs. We already know LeBron's following these volunteers. He's just stat padding like a motherfucker. We already know this. Because we already know he used PEDs 2013, 20 says it all right there, because he pulled PEDs out of his elbow and his arm, which I saw that clearly. He's on PEDs, but we already know this. It was where it said Draymond, Ron King on longevity, so Ron King or nothing. 43,000 total points or not. 43,000 points or not. But we all know he's stat padding either way, because he's still chasing 6, 9, and 11. About Steve Kerr and Bill Russell and Phil Jackson, and pun intended. Yeah, you got a Michael Jordan, Steve Kerr, Michael Jordan, and Bill Russell. Prime, representing the South generation. But either way, I know to say these were wrong fat boy, but it makes me sick to my stomach. It's not even funny, you know. But either way, Michael Jordan stood undisputed gun to Bill Russell to beyond the undisputed goals of all time there, especially when he won all them titles with one franchise. And Steve Kerr too, went in with 3 franchises, counting the 2 teams he played for in the East and the West, and then coaching in the West, 13 titles, total greatest coach of all time, and probably the greatest broadcaster of all time. We'll just get back to doing that too, pun intended here. But either way. But yeah, I just want to go on this sports rant, obviously, because when I'm trying to go on these narratives, LeBron King all day, 43,000 points. Niggas. I don't know what to say to y'all right now on that, Joe and Patrick, but and then Penguin at CCD, I don't got no coach now. Michael First in Arizona now with the Cardinals now, so I mean, it's a long day in Green Bay right now. All that glitters is not gold for Green Bay right now. But either way, Want to make this video, second video, obviously. More videos coming out later on today as far as the Yu-Gi-Oh contest, so stay tuned for that as well. Well, once I get my progress back on Furry Kingdom on Legacy of the Duels on Furry Kingdom, so stay tuned for those videos too, pun intended. Once I get back to where I was for the duels, trying to get through those two. But either way, like I said, guys, but the Braves have had a very good offseason so far. We banked our whole staff, as far as our coach and everything. We banked our whole staff, as far as our coaching staff. We still got our St. Germain manager and got his name, Eric DeCosta, that's his name. And we got all different, but one of the people we hired was from the University of Navy, and the other people we hired from college. So yeah, we got all great minds. But we hired a millennial. We hired a millennial also as an offensive coach, not offensive coach. He's a boomer baby, but our other offensive coach, he's a millennial like me. So they hired somebody that represents the sound of millennials. I told you, this is no food I know about in the sports industry here and everything else, as far as mental health and everything else. But either way, as far as the WNBA, I expect Clayton Clark of a nostalgia of my personality to bounce back this upcoming NBA season, pretty much. Comeback player of the year if she wins it. Her and the other player for non-Sparks, Cameron Brink, school of Tiger Woods that I went to, Stanford. I expect them to be comeback player of the WNBA comeback player of the year candidates. I think they will be on the cover of NBA 2K27. Guaranteed for the ones that I guarantee it. I know I was going to say, well, all these additions though. Think about the errors that define though. If you know about 2K, this is not copy and paste. If you're talking about the greatest athletes of all time here, not copy and paste. Because I told you, if you can't write, you can't draw. So I told him out there on that in this. If you can't write, you can't draw. So you can't say copy paste to everything. If you can't write, you can't draw. At least I know how to draw something, but that's one thing I know how to draw is emotional faces. And that I'll admit to that. That's one thing I know how to draw in natural disasters, which I already know how to draw, and stick people. That's the only people I know how to. At least I know how to draw to some degree. That's not my field. That's more my uncle and aunt's field, and my cousin's field as far as drawing. Diamante, that's not his greatest strength. Other than character creation and so that's a different thing. But if you're talking about copy and paste on the covers for the sport covers, that's what you're wrong on that Diamante as well. That's not copy and paste. If you're talking about starting the cover from scratch. If you can't write, you can't draw. So you can't even debate me on that there. Well, no, Diamante say how rude. That's a no, because I'm right. If you can't write, you can't draw. It's not copy and paste when the county's covering, especially the evolution of all the gaming covers too, pun intended, especially the sport ones in particular, and all the other gaming covers in particular. That's not copy and paste. If you start the cover from scratch, basically, we're making it from the ground up over mastering it years later over when you're making it from the ground up. So that's not copy. If you can't write the amount, you can't draw. But either way. I'm not gonna say how rude, but I say if you really want to go there, then you need to lose some of that weight too. You're bigger than my father, bub. You're 500 pounds, bub. I'm only 215. Actually, close somewhere around 205, somewhere in between the cruiserweight and light heavyweight. But either way, you're 500 pounds. You're bigger than my father that's down this earth. You need to lose some of that weight, bub. No, you know, say how rude, but no, you really need to lose some of that weight. Even with you eating healthy or non-healthy or both or not, you need to lose some of that weight, bub. Seriously. You're 500 pounds. You're bigger than my father now. Way bigger. Because you was 250 in 20. Now you're 500 now. There's something wrong with that there, bub. Too much stress eating. That's another thing that's causing the reason why you're at that weight now. Now you're unhealthy for that weight now. You're mortally obese. You know, we got more than 80% of our people in Nassau that are mortally obese. You're one of those people, 80%. You need to lose some of that weight, bro, and I mean that. Get back to under 250 pounds, then we start talking. Because if you being found you're not mortal for that weight, Hadar. I'm telling you that right now. You're mortal, but something will pound your chest, especially if you didn't start a fight. It will pound your chest. Your chest is not muscle, much you want to say it is. Your arms are, but the chest is not. I'm not going to tell you how word. I say no, it's clear what it is. All that stress eating and all the eating healthy and unhealthy and then drinking on top of now, you're bigger than my father now. And that says a lot. My father was 450, but just surpassing by 50 pounds. You're approaching on key territory, almost 700 pounds, but you're going to be more mortal for that. You're going to be severely obese. You ain't careful right now. You must want to be on that show from TLC, if you know about them shows, 1,000 pounds, 700 pounds. If that's what you want to be on, you're not careful right now. And that'll be your loss. That's false, and you know about not losing weight here. You need to lose some of that weight, but I mean that. I don't want to say how, bro. No, because you wasn't that weight, then you are that weight now. Think about it for a second. You might say weight don't mean everything. It does. If you're not muscle forward, your arms are muscle, but your chest is not. Somebody will pound your shit or slam you right through something. You know what it's like to have broken legs or anything. I'm telling you what I know. It's of me being in a lot of fights there, but either way. lose some of that weight, but either way, anyways. But just want to get this better. That was a long way in the sports industry, obviously. Just want to get that out. But either way, and roast the deal on just a little bit out, but I wanted to make sure you lose that weight. I did suggest them to lose that weight. But either way, these wrong fanboys make it say to my stomach, man. They really do. Can't stand these niggas, man. Can't. It just makes it too easy for me to clip these niggas, you know. And then these anybody that is a Patriots fan, and Packers fan, I don't know what to say they are right now. At the team with a P in it. But either way, the team don't have no coach, and then the Patriots have their coach. It's an issue. They got to revamp the whole offensive line, and they got to get some edge rushers on the end. And the secondary is elite. They ain't the issue. The secondary is still elite. Because all the players are entering year 3 now. As far as the secondary, the issue though, they need some more pass rushers. But either way, okay, guys, in the video right there. That was a long rant, obviously. True long in the sports industry, obviously. But notify me on all my social medias, especially TikTok and TikTok especially. Notify me on all 4 of my YouTubes. All 4 of my YouTubes once I update the phone number. If I still have to wait 2, or actually less than a week from now, week and a half to update the information. I'm still waiting for that email to come. Do my just so I can update the information for all my new channels with my old main, for a new main to my old main. To my new main, I have most of my sources bad stuff for all my new sources on my old main, obviously, and then I can uninstall the account after that and to keep it idle for now, but it's still gonna be there. But either way, when I update the phone number, still waiting for the message to come. I just have to wait for 2 weeks, obviously. Notify me on all social media. Notify me on all my PSNs, all my PSNs, both my Microsoft accounts, and I have mobile Outlook emails. But either way, notify me on all 4 of my YouTube, KBH Podcast, Extras versus Madness versus PSS, All Matrix, Unique Hutch, and News Frontiers. To notify me on Cyberpunk 11 on Spotify, Face Hush 12. That's 2 of my Spotify's right there to find. Just mentioned Extras versus Madness, all digital versus PS6, mentioned all digital. News, Raise Power 2 and Arcade Hutch all find my Spotify's. PSNs on PS5 Distance Edition. That's a Glory 2, Furry Kingdom. Show me he should put that game time. I'm changing that out of my for sure. I'm changing that in there. It's long overdue. Now my other one for my console was been Muscle. I'll change that in March. That's long overdue. I got to change them Game Text. It's long overdue. But either way, I came with this with the Game Text, by the way. But either way, so Mattel 64, blow out the PR, obviously. But as well with UPA, obviously. You'll see all my pictures from Dreamtime. I took good AI art pictures, obviously. Also, stay tuned for the character creation and soul characters. I made 13 characters, so I'm about to make another one shortly. Once I get that Yu-Gi-Oh grind for us, get into the duels challenges. Well, I'm afraid I had to relive that now because all my data was gone, so I had to get back to where I was. Duel points, and then kept all the packs, and once I do that, then I'll update you for me getting the last trophy. And I'll have all the trophies twice on Legacy of Duels and Platinum once on Legacy of Duels. Which I would have got the Platinum twice, was that when I kept playing, the game kept acting up bugs. But either way. Okay, guys, in the bit right there. But you notify me on all my social medias, all my PSN, both my Microsoft, on Cloud and Series S. Once I get that, once I get the 999 on PSN first, and then the Series after that. But either way, yeah, it's been one hell of a journey for these videos, guys. So keep the subscribers coming, guys, as well. Make sure you follow me on Unique Hutch. I made a few videos as far as Capcom related content, as you saw on Unique Hutch. So make sure you watch those videos, pun intended. And make sure you subscribe to me on my other 4 YouTubes, pun intended, including my old one once I reinstate that, obviously, once I update the phone number and everything else. But either way. Okay, guys, end the video right there. Notify me on all social medias, count Instagram and Facebook and everything else. Yeah. Dude, so stay tuned for the next what's coming in a few seconds. Well, probably wait on after I got out the shower, pretty much. Yeah. Deuces. Stay tuned for the next what's coming after I got out the shower. Deuces.